Oh, what is GXWrestleCast, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the GXWrestleCast. We're on episode 149 of my wrestling recap show, where once a week I go through all of the major WWE and AEW shows, give you the recap, give you the review, let you know what's going on storyline-wise, and at the end of the show, I give out my 3 stars of the week, awarding my 3 favorite matches that I witnessed with my eyeballs. And if there's a pay-per-view, I will be doing a separate pay-per-view review for said pay-per-view. But we're in the clear this week, I think, anyway, so let's dive into Monday Night Raw. They're in Austin, Texas. And we're kicking it off with Rhea Ripley cutting a promo, going through a roller coaster of emotions. But right now, Rhea Ripley is pissed. Mommy wants a piece of Liv and Dom. Liv interrupts the promo with Dom in the crowd. Dom apparently didn't like calling Rhea Mommy. Now that's just a straight up lie, dog. You loved it. You loved it. Liv lets Dom have tendies and play video games whenever he wants, letting Dom be Dom. I mean, we all want that, but we gotta be men, man. Ripley says she is proud of Dom. Wait, what? Ripley, proud Dom finally did something for himself. Liv has taken everything from Ripley, her Judgment Day family, her man, and her championship. Ripley says she's coming for Liv Morgan. Damian Priest appears behind Dom and Liv, and Dom slowly turning to see Priest. That was outstanding. Brawl begins out into the concourse. Ripley made her way up there super fast to beat down Liv Morgan. Damian and Dom fight back to the ring. Carlito shows up to get dusted by Priest. That was a awesome opening segment right there. I am absolutely loving this rivalry with Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. Liv Morgan has been outstanding. She has been so fucking good at this freaking revenge tour and stealing Dom away. She's been crushing it. Everyone's been crushing it in this. Ripley, Damian, Dom, everyone. Even Carlito. Thumbs up. Speaking of Carlito, we got Carlito versus Damian Priest up next. Carlito making a fashion statement wearing one black and one white shoe. Pretty cool. We got Damian in full control, drops Carlito with a big lariat, nails the South of Heaven for a dominating victory. Solid matchup, making Priest look strong, and a solid response from Texas. McDonough attacks Priest after the bell, followed by the rest of Judgment Day. Rhea Ripley to the rescue, takes out everybody. Dom about to get hit with a riptide, but it's Liv. She is there to save her man. We get a Wyatt 6 video featuring Bo Dallas talking about the heavy emotions of last week during their first match, their debut. Bo repeats "I lied for you" a whole bunch of times. And yeah, that was strange. That was a strange-ass video. We got Xavier Woods greeted by Kofi and Odyssey Jones backstage. Jones and Kofi super amped up for Jones' debut match. Xavier is a little bit less than enthusiastic about it. He just seems off. We have Vincent Winey versus Odyssey Jones with New Day. Odyssey hurls Winey with wicked power. Jones nails an awesome Bossman slam to pick up a solid debut dub. Final Testament arrive. Karrion calls out Kofi for bringing in Jones as a Big E replacement and an Xavier replacement. Oh, Woods responds wanting a tag team match, but Kofi interrupts Woods having a better idea, a trios match versus the Final Testament. Xavier again looking visibly annoyed. So, I mean, yeah, they're still playing with the possibility of Xavier Woods maybe turning on Kofi in the New Day, but I just can't see it. I can't see it. Drew McIntyre angry at Adam Pearce for allowing SmackDown superstar Randy Orton to challenge for Raw's championship. Drew tells Pearce he's going to fix this. Don't know how he's going to do it, but he's going to do it. But we get a Texas Tornado tag up next. It's Otis and Tozawa with Maxine versus American Made, which is the Creed Bros, Julius, and Brutus. Otis using Tozawa as a spinning battering ram, and then hurls poor Tozawa over the ropes onto the Creeds. That was pretty awesome. Otis fires up, nails the Caterpillar. Tozawa goes wild with a Super Rana. Bunch of kicks and shit going nuts. Huge superplex by Otis. Tozawa comes in hot behind him with the senton, even hits Otis a little bit. Ivy Nile brutally attacks Maxine out of nowhere. Otis is distracted, leaves Tozawa, who gets double pinned by American Made, and they win. Really good action-packed matchup right here. We need more tornado tags, man. Like, to only have them when they're in Texas is outrageous. They're a lot of fun, and yeah, it provides a good amount of action. Now, you don't need to do them all the time, because that'll, take away the specialness that is a Texas tornado tag, but 7.5 out of 10. That's some really good shit. We get Pete Dunne interviewed looking to shut up Sheamus for calling him Butch for over 2 years. You could have just told him to stop, man. You refused to talk for 2 years. We get Damage Control's Io Sky and Kairi Sane remind everybody who they are in a backstage promo. And then we get Pure Fusion Collective, that is Baszler, Stark, and DeVille. I don't know about that name, but they say Damage Control is no more and the women's division is on watch. We get women's tag team number 1 contenders match, Damage Control, Kairi Sane, and Io Sky versus Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler with Sonya. We get Io, nice springboard double drop kick. Io avoids a Zoe kick, which nails fire in the face, so the champions are watching on commentary. Io hits the moonsault by Isla Dawn, attacks, and the match is disqualified. Champs hit a neat backstabber swanton combo on Sane, finally making the champs look good for once. But they ended a pretty good tag team match, sadly, and they did announce later there will be a triple threat match between these 3 teams for the championship, so that should be interesting. Backstage, R-Truth accidentally got Miz a match against Bronson Reed, of all people. Miz rightfully upset. Randy Orton shows up trying to hype up the Miz. He's like, You're fucking Triple Crown champion. You the best, Miz. You got this. And then he's like, nah, I don't think he's got this. Pretty funny moment. We get Randy Orton talks to Texas feeling nostalgic because it's almost been 20 years ago to the date that Randy won his first world championship. Man, I remember that. That was a long time ago. Gunther interrupts the trip down memory lane. Gunther tells Randy he's wasted his potential and it's the era of the Ring General. Randy fires back, disagrees with Gunther, thinks he's done a damn fine job with his career so far. I would agree. Gunther calls Orton, oh my goodness. Gunther calls Orton's grandpappy a screw-up, calls Orton's daddy a screw-up, and then calls Orton the biggest screw-up of them all. Orton, about to commit a crime, thankfully Drew McIntyre arrives. Randy nails Gunther with an RKO out of nowhere. CM Punk shows up to attack Drew McIntyre. It is chaos. McIntyre about to hit Punk with his belt. That backfires. Punk beats the bejesus out of Drew with his own belt. And not a great moment for my boy Drew McIntyre right here. But a good interaction overall between Orton and Gunther. I'm liking it. We get Sheamus and Kaiser having a pretty heated exchange backstage. Pete Dunne, out of nowhere, brutally beats down Sheamus with a shillelagh. Kaiser's just like, I'm fine with this. We get The Miz with R-Truth versus Bronson Reed. Miz using the it kicks, but they don't have any effect at all. Miz caught in midair, nailed with a Death Valley driver, and the tsunami flattens The Miz. Bronson wins. Reed goes to hit Miz with another tsunami, but R-Truth comes to The Miz's aid. Bronson attacks Truth with hitting multiple tsunamis. Adam Pearce on scene, absolutely livid, screaming at Bronson as they fail and fail again to save R-Truth. Reed returns again and again and again, hitting tsunami after tsunami on R-Truth, who is dead. He's done. That's it. He's over. Really, really enjoyed the fieriness of Adam Pearce in this. He looked like a pissed off parent telling their child to get down. You get down right now, mister. That's what Adam Pearce was doing, but really well done. Really well done. I'll give him a thumbs up. Fuck it. We get a mixed tag team match announced for Bash in Berlin. Liv Morgan versus Dom Mysterio versus... Liv and Dom versus Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. That should be a highly entertaining matchup. We get... main event time. 2 out of 3 falls. It's for the Intercontinental Championship of... Braun Breaker defending against Sami Zayn. We get Braun with a nice anti-air power slam counter thingy. Sami old school springboard tornado DDT, just lovely. Sami haluva kick out of nowhere, picks up the first fall. Sami up 1-0. Bronson catches Sammy on the outside, proceeds to hum Sammy into the timekeeper's area. Oh my god, that was brutal looking. Just torpedoed poor Sammy headfirst into the chair. Thumbs up. Breaker Gorilla Press Slam hits 2 spears, pins Sammy, and it's all tied up at 1. Braun clothesline Sammy. They both crash into the announce table. Breaker spear countered with a haluva kick. Breaker kicks out of that. Sammy nailed with an anti-air spear. Breaker pins and retains the Intercontinental Championship. Another banger right here between Zayn and Breaker. Great pace in this match. Lots of high spots. Lovely selling from Sammy. And the 2 out of 3 falls added a nice layer of drama. This might have been my favorite match of their trilogy so far. 8.5. Really good Raw this week. Lots of storylines going on. My favorite by far is Liv and Rhea Ripley's beef. So fucking good, so entertaining. Orton and Gunther had another good segment together. I'm liking that so far. Bronson Reed becoming a monster has been really well done so far. And the Tsunami becoming like the most feared finisher in the business. Good quality wrestling. Tornado Tag was good. Need more of those, please. And the main event was another great entry into the Breaker Sami Zayn series. 7.5 out of 10 for Monday Night Raw. Let's go over to NXT. We got NXT champion Ethan Page with a custom microphone kicks off the show looking sharp. All ego being rightfully egotistical because he retained the title and calls NXT MX Me. Me. His name hasn't even been called yet, but he appears anyway. It's Joe Hendry. Hendry tells Ethan he stole the show for all of 90 seconds, and then Hendry arrived and stole the headlines. Page tells Joe he used up 14 of his 15 minutes of fame. Oh, snap. Suggests Hendry go back to TNA. Hendry, hungry for the NXT Championship, won't stop until he gets enough. No, I'm just kidding. Won't stop until he gets his hands on the championship and then breaks into song with the crowd. Wesley, out of nowhere, kicks Hendry in the face as Page giggles. Good opening segment right here. Page, good egotistical heel work. Hendry entertaining as always, and Wesley throwing his hat into the championship circle, if you will. We get Ava Raine and her stooges drawing spots for the women's gauntlet, featuring women who have not received a title shot before. I really like that. The winner gets a shot at Roxanne Perez at No Mercy. So yeah, fuck yeah, there's a ton of women, up-and-coming women on this roster. Lots of them haven't had a title shot yet, and yeah, this is a great breakout opportunity for multiple of these women to show off what they got. We get the Heritage Cup Championship match up next. Tony D'Angelo with the family defends against Charlie Dempsey with no quarter catch crew. Dempsey catches Dawn in an armbar. Tony deadlift powerbombed, countered by Dempsey into another submission. Very, very nice. D'Angelo impressive power out counter into a nasty looking spinning fisherman buster. Dawn goes up 1-0 to end round 2. Dempsey nails Tony with a cheap knee to the head after the bell of round 3. Sinclair is pissed at Charlie. She gets in his face about it. Weird. Dempsey catches Dawn in a nice pin with a bridge, tying it up at 1 apiece. End of round 4. Charlie, great counter into an armbar. Dawn deadlift powerbombs his way out of that. Bourne yells at the Dawn, distracting the referee. Sinclair knocks Tony off of the top. Dempsey butterfly suplex with the bridge pins. And new 2-time Heritage Cup champion, it is Charlie Dempsey. Whoa. Very impressive technical matchup here. Lots of awesome counters. Dempsey was great. Really good mat wrestling and transitions into submissions. So smooth. Dawn impressive power and showed off his technical abilities. Not quite to the level of Dempsey, but good. Ren Sinclair becoming a huge asset to No Quarter Catch Crew already. This is a really good match. 7.5. We get Eddie Thorpe versus Lexis King up next. King jumps Eddie before the bell. Eddie fights back, but Thorpe's injured hand limits his moveset throughout the match. King takes advantage, hits the coronation for a quick W. Decent match, building some character for King and Thorpe in this battle of whose music is better. Honestly, I'm personally on Team King. I like the old school rock and roll, baby. That's good. We get Trick Williams calls out Pete Dunne in a video promo. Dunne responds backstage, not very interested, much more interested in the NXT Championship. So I imagine Trick and Pete will fight again, maybe a number one contenders match, something like that. That'd be fine. We get Tatum Paxley yelling at a doll backstage that Wendy Chu gave her last week or whatever. Tatum has a meltdown backstage on Lola Vice, and they're going to have a fight about it right now. Lola Vice versus Tatum Paxley. Wendy Chu chokes out Kalani Jordan, who's on commentary. That's lovely. Tatum takes advantage of the distraction, nails a cool driver, but misses the top rope, nothing. Lola, spinning back fist, picks up the quick victory. Short match, not a lot to say. That's pretty much everything that happened. Wes Lee answers for his betrayal on MSK last week. Wes is pissed at Wentz for continuously letting him down. Lee, tired of having to babysit Zach all these years and breaking his body to prove he can make it without the Rascals. Wes sets a challenge for Wentz at No Mercy. Until then, Wes wishes Zach the best on his future endeavors. Oh, snap. Pete Dunne arrives not happy Lee is chasing the NXT Championship. Again, no one said his name, yet he appears. It is Joe Hendry. Appears to put a whooping down on Pete Dunne. Great promo here from Wes. Crowd honestly kind of got behind Wes because he's not wrong. I think he is justified in being upset with Zachary Wentz. Wentz got released or fired from NXT, and that left Wes Lee in a really awkward spot. And then he battled his way to become the wrestler that he is, and it still isn't enough for people. And yeah, man, I'm behind Wes Lee on this one. I mean, I don't know if he's actually going to be able to pull off this heel turn. He's too justified, honestly, but we'll see where it's going. Really interesting. Thumbs up. Obafemi cuts off the Dawn backstage. That's going to lead to some trouble right there. This ain't Oba. You know what I'm saying? Obafemi, whatever. I tried to joke, it didn't work. Ridge Holland delivers a hyped up speech for Chase U backstage. Mr. Chase and Duke don't look all the way into Duke still, but we'll see what happens later. North American Championship on the line. Obafemi defends against Otis with Alpha Academy. Oba slams Otis into the steel steps. Tozawa cheering on Otis gets a mean smack from Femi. Otis fires up, hits Oba with the Caterpillar, and a Vader splash, gets a near fall. Oba using the ropes to get Otis up for a massive powerbomb to retain the championship. It's a good big hoss matchup right here. Good work from Otis, dealing with bumps and bruises from his match on Raw. Oba continues to be a dominating monster. 7 out of 10. We have Brooks Jensen cutting a backstage promo being directed by Sean Spears. Blade and Enofe are disturbed by this. We get Izzy Dame versus Brindley Reese up next. Dame hits a nice sky-high bomb. Izzy finishes Reese off with a spin-out sidewalk slam for an impressive victory. Pretty solid match. Reese showing some fight, but still has more to learn. But Izzy Dame, pretty impressive big impact moveset. I like it. Main event time. It is the NXT Tag Team Championships on the line. Nathan Frazier and Axiom defending against Ridge Holland and Mr. Chase with Chase U. Ridge manhandling Axiom into this wicked slam. That was awesome. Thumbs up. Frazier, lovely 450 splash. Holland kicks out of that. Frazier superplex into the super kick brainbuster combo. Chase kicks out and the crowd is going fucking crazy. Thumbs up. Chase U, gnarly backstabber powerbomb combo. Frazier kicks out. Axiom super Spanish fly. Frazier pushed off of the top, hits the announce table. He's down. Ridge hits the package DDT on Axiom, pins. And new NXT Tag Team Champions, it's Chase U, baby. Holland and Chase. Mr. Chase. Banger right here of a main event matchup. Frazier and Axiom so fast. Such a freaking awesome, semi-underrated tag team. They had a great little run there. So many great matches. Tons of great tag team combos throughout this one, and near falls making the crowd go nuts. Ridge was awesome. He proved he could push Chase U over the top. I mean, hell yeah. 8 out of 10. Chase U, huge confetti celebration, ends the show on a high note. Thumbs up for that. And a really good NXT with even more good quality title matches on the card. They've been crushing it with title matches lately. Some matches were forgettable, like quick whatever matches, but Wes Lee had a great promo. The crowd couldn't help but kind of get behind him, so we'll see if they can... I don't know what they're going to do. Are they going to keep him trying to do the heel thing? We'll see if that works out. Pete Dunne, Joe Hendry, and Wes Lee chasing Ethan Page. That should be fun. 7.5 out of 10 for NXT. Now we go to SmackDown there in Orlando, Florida, and we start with some sad news. Rest in peace to Afa Anoa'i, and that is the other half of the Wild Samoans. Did we not just lose the other half of the Wild Samoans? Regardless, the Wild Samoans did not kick out, and they are gone. So rest in power to the Wild Samoans. Sad stuff. We get Tiffany Stratton in the ring with Pretty Deadly to celebrate Nia Jax's big win. The women's champ is rolled out on a fancy throne, and she is looking good. Nia gets in the ring, admits she isn't really feeling the whole celebration thing. Instead, Nia trashes Bayley and demands everybody bow down to the queen, even Tiffy. Stratton, hesitant, comes up with a bunch of excuses and brings in Pretty Deadly for a musical performance. Thankfully, the unique performance is cut short by Michin. Pretty Deadly get beaten down with a kendo stick, and the champ and Tiffy retreat. Pretty good opener right here. The seeds getting planted a little bit between Nia and Tiffy. You know, Tiffy not wanting to bow down, so that's eventually going to become a thing. Pretty Deadly added to the Tiffy train. That's exactly what I was hoping was going to happen. And, the move, the dance number, that could use a little bit of work. It was not quite in sync, but good effort. We get Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes up next. Andrade smooth moonsault hits Melo on the outside. Andrade counter super Spanish fly, gets a near fall. Melo nice TKO counter out of the three amigos. Andrade with a phenomenal fake out back elbow thing that he does. Oh, I love that thing. Thumbs up. Andrade goes for the message. Melo counter pinfall and snags the victory. Damn. Third entry between these two was a banger. Awesome second half pace was absolutely relentless. Andrade's back elbow is just one of my favorite moves in the business right now. Looks amazing. Melo, another strong performance. We get Melo and Andrade get into a brawl after the bell. Looks like there could be a fourth entry in this series of Andrade versus Melo. I'm down for that. We get Solo Sikoa tells Tama Tonga if Roman can take the necklace from him, they will all acknowledge Roman as the true tribal chief. All right. We get Naomi versus Blair Davenport next. We get a stiff top rope double stomp from Blair onto Naomi's spine. That looked fucking brutal. Like, if Naomi's back isn't blown out after that one, I don't know what the hell happened. I don't even know. Blair nails a knee to Naomi's face, picking up a huge W. Really physical matchup, especially for Blair. Blair looking strong, defeating a former champion. Really solid match. We have Grayson Waller trash-talking Kevin Owens to Austin Theory, who informs Waller Kevin is right behind him. Kevin has a hilarious fired-up response, as always, and you done fucked up, Grayson, so you're going to get your ass kicked right meow. Kevin Owens versus Grayson Waller with Theory. KO explodes out of the gate, whooping Grayson. Theory distracts, helps Waller a little bit until Kevin hits a stunner. Crowd losing it as Kevin finishes it off with a pop-up powerbomb for the easy dub. Solid fight. Kevin, good fired-up performance and nice selling from Waller. KO looks to deal more damage to Waller, but Theory gangs up on Owens. Cody Rhodes to the rescue. Crowd is loving every minute of it. We get Legado have a pretty heated and kind of awkward dinner after Garza gets too excited and he slams his hand on the table. And Santos is all like, hey, you settle down. We have LA Knight. He pops the roof off in Orlando. Yeah. Not worried about what Santos says about him. Knight is going to put Santos' churro in the doit. I think he means his penis. Entertaining appearance right here from the United States champion. And a good shot at the dinner that was happening. He's like, oh, that looks like a fun dinner. That was good. We had Piper and Chelsea annoying Michin backstage. Michin turns the tables, announcing she got a title shot versus Nia Jax. Green and Piper leave in frustration, and then Nia Jax blindsides Michin from behind, not feeling that announcement. We have the Street Profits, Dawkins and Ford with B-Fab, of course, versus DIY, Gargano, and Ciampa. I think this is a number one contenders match. Trick Willie is watching in the crowd, he has to. Profits on fire, they hit a wicked pounce into a mid-air suplex. Damn, that's a thumbs up. Ford and Gargano going shot for shot, looking real snug right there. Profits super kick, sky high combo. Gargano makes the last save. Crowd going banana. Dawkins kicks out of a super kick right in the face and a fairy tale ending. My goodness. Profits hit the super blockbuster, pins DIY, earning a title shot versus the Bloodline. That was a banger. That was bangers and mash right there, y'all. One of the best tag matches of the year. Insane, non-stop paced, wild near fall, sending the crowd into frenzies like multiple times. Profits were outstanding. Shout out to Dawkins. He was especially outstanding. Thumbs up for him. 8.5 out there. We have Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga in the ring. Solo demands Orlando acknowledge him, but they don't wanna. Solo upset calls out the OTC Roman Reigns to take back the necklace if he can. Roman makes his grand entrance, then brawls with Solo. Tonga joins the beatdown, gets dropped by Roman. Solo takes a Superman pinch and the Ooga spear from the big dog. Roman reclaims the necklace. The crowd is going fucking bananas. Jacob Fatu appears out of nowhere in a walking boot, still manages to destroy Roman. The Bloodline triple power bomb Roman through the announce table. Solo gets the necklace back, and it's around his neck again, standing tall over Roman to end the show. Oh, very enjoyable SmackDown this week. DIY and Street Profits stole the show with their outstanding tag team match. Melo and Andrade was also a banger. Not quite mash, not quite bangers and mash, but banger. We get good segments with Tiffy and Nia. Roman and LA Knight's presence just makes the crowd explode again and again. And the Orlando crowd brought some good-ass energy. 8 out of 10 for the SmackDown. And now we go to the land of AEW. I just got to find that there's the Dynamite notes. Here we go. They're in Norfolk, Virginia. And we starting it off with a TBS Championship match. Mercedes Moné with Camille defends against Hikaru Shida. Moné's smooth counter transitions into a bank statement. Shida escapes. Mercedes Meteora's on the floor and in the ring. Shida counters the Amigos with a Falcon Arrow. Gets a near fall. Camille assists Moné, allowing the champ to plant Shida to retain the TBS Championship. Very good matchup. The beginning sequence was fucking awesome. Lots of fast-paced chain wrestling and counters. Just awesome. Really got me excited. I'd be down to see another bout between these two. Didn't quite hit like the levels I was, expecting for it, but they will work their way up to it. There we go. 7.5 out of 10. Still really good. Britt Baker outsmarts Camille and Moné, sneak attacking the champion, applying the lockjaw to Moné. Britt Baker wins this round. We have Jay Lethal and Hangman. They brawl their way to the ring, beginning their match. Hangman Adam Page versus Jay Lethal. Lethal takes a Deadeye on the apron and a mean Death Valley driver in the ring. Hangman hits a discus lariat and a buckshot to put away Lethal in dominating fashion. Lethal, nice work, selling hard. Hangman continues to wrestle every match like someone has taken a big old poop in his Cheerios. Good stiff stuff, though. 7 out of 10. Pac is pissed at Ospreay for skipping the line to face MJF at Wembley. Pac has his own opportunity in September, but who's he going to fight? Is it going to be Max? MJF or Will Ospreay. We have Darby Allin video trash-talking Jack Perry for not having to pay his dues to get to AEW because he is tight with the Elite. Good work here from Darby. I like the promo thing. Darby comes out on the stage only to get sneak attacked by Perry. Darby gets pinned under a shop door. Perry about to do something awful with a big rolling travel case, but security is there to save Darby. Perry and Darby continue their intense beef. I'm really liking it so far. Excuse me. Pretty good video package of Mariah May's attack on Toni Storm. We finally hear from Mina Shirakawa. She's just been absent the whole time. And she's just like, I'm heartbroken. Like, after all these weeks, that's all you have to say is that, oh, I'm rather upset about this. I don't know what to do. So she hasn't picked any sides. I wonder if, something big is going to happen with Mina at Wembley. I'm just thinking probably. We get a triple threat for a spot in the Casino Royale. Orange Cassidy versus Roddy Strong versus Kyle O'Reilly. Orange with a funny charge up before his dive. It just busted me. That was ridiculous. Roddy locks the strong lock on Orange and Kyle at the same time. Kingdom interfere, but the conglomeration quickly take them away. Orange, great casual dodge, sends Roddy flying over the ropes. Kyle and Roddy rock Orange with a high-low. Cassidy steals it with a roll-up on O'Reilly out of nowhere for the big win. Banger right here. Banger. Lots of stiff shots, loud chops, of course, wild non-stop action, and of course, that little sprinkle of that Orange Cassidy comedy all throughout. That thing. We have Claudio and Okada are interviewed together by Renee. Claudio being pretty calm, kind of quiet. Okada calls Claudio a bitch. This upsets Claudio, who goes into promo mode, says, this bitch will be number one. You go, Claudio. You got this. Christian, interviewed backstage, defends his integrity as the guest referee last week. Christian loses his shit, tells Renee to go be a shitty mom. Oh, shit. Whoa. John Moxley might have a word or two with Christian after that one, so be careful. Schiavone brings Hook out for an interview. Hook has his eye bandaged after the Learning Tree attack last week. Hook gets as close as humanly possible to the camera, calls out Jericho for an FTW match right now. Learning Tree arrive. Chris says hello to everyone and calls Hook a stupid son of a bitch. Chris offers a one-time only shot at the champion at Wembley. Big Bill says he's going to shove Hook up Taz's ass, which makes Hook and Taz laugh, so that's funny. Hook tells Chris he will never be the same. Pretty alright effort right here from Hook. Still kind of coming out of his shell, I'm still not buying it from Hook, but he wasn't terrible, he's trying. We get AEW Tag Team Championships on the line. Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson defend against the Acclaimed, Max Caster and Anthony Bowens. The Bucks get jumped before the bell by the Acclaimed. Daddy Ass chasing Nicholas with a chair. The referee ejects Daddy Ass. Matt accidentally kicks Nick in the face. Doesn't really matter. The Bucks stay in control. Bowens takes a nasty powerbomb on the stage. Referee takes a bump. Matt immediately takes the Acclaim to Dick Kick City, then grabs the tag titles. FTR show up for the rescue. Matt spits in Dax's face, which is fucking disgusting, and makes Dax attack the champions, disqualifying the match. Oh no. A tragic ending to a great matchup right here. Bucks classic performance, Acclaimed, good fired up effort, 7.5 out of 10. Just the ending was unfortunate. Really was hoping for a big FTR heel turn right here. It felt like it was about to happen, but didn't quite get there. I still feel like it's on the table, though. If they continue to, fuck around with the Acclaim, keep screwing up their opportunities, attack them, and just kick them straight in the dick. Bam, you got FTR heel, and that's where I need them to be right now. I need FTR heel, baby. We get Bryan Danielson's video montage to Green Day's Green Day's Time of Your Life. There we go. Good shit right there. Thumbs up. Nice package. I mean, whatever. I said it. Main event, AEW World Championship. Swerve Strickland with Nana defends against Wheeler Yuta. Swerve has Yuta in a super weird submission, showing off to Danielson. Yuta using Danielson's stomps and elbows. Swerve becomes immune to Yuta's strikes, nails a wicked house call. Bryan's super concerned about Yuta as Swerve hammers down on Wheeler. Referee stops the match because Yuta is knocked the fuck out. Awesome performance from Swerve, showing off the technical flair, and stiffness was on point. Well done, Yuta, hanging in there for an absolute whooping. 7 out of 10. Swerve talks to Danielson some more. Bryan goes in to check on Yuta and then gets blindsided by Swerve as he does a slow yes chant to end the show. Another good Dynamite on the road to Wembley. Danielson versus Swerve, set to be one of the biggest matches in company history. Perry and Darby's rivalry has been pretty good. Curious what Mina Shirakawa's role is going to be now that she was shown. I'm expecting her to have a role in the match at Wembley. We'll see where that one goes. Wrestling really good quality throughout with a couple of title matches, some good segments and video packages. I don't know what just happened right there. My voice gave up. 7.5 out of 10 for Dynamite. We go to Rampage now. They're still in the same location, and we got the conglomeration, Briscoe, Ishii, and Orange Cassidy versus the Outrunners and the Butcher. Why not? Briscoe takes a mean suplex on the guardrail. Ishii pummeling the Outrunners. Briscoe nails the J Driller for the dub. Solid opening trios match. Outrunners getting slightly better each week. Getting the Butcher on their side, that kind of helps. I don't think they will continue with that. Conglomeration doing their thing, solid work. We get Nyla Rose versus Erica with the Outrunners. Nyla destroys poor Erica in a squash match. Saraya and Harley in the ring, screaming and yelling. Harley making the crowd giggle a good amount because she's kind of just mirroring everything that Saraya is saying. Anyway, it makes the crowd laugh a lot. Toni Storm arrives, roasts the bejesus out of Saraya. Toni gives Saraya a shot at the Women's Championship next Wednesday. I don't know why the champions in AEW keep doing that. I'm going to put my title on the line 1 week before the biggest pay-per-view of the whole year. Just, jeez, relax. Nick Wayne with the Patriarchy versus Kip Sapien. Luchasaurus providing good intimidation, helping out Nick. Wayne's World and a double underhook DDT. Kip kicks out of that. Kip going for a big move. The Patriarchy double distraction. Wayne's World connects again. Nick grabs the win. Pretty alright matchup. Christian proudly watching his sons from the safety of the back. And, I really would have wanted more on Kip Sapien's side. All this horrible trash talk that Nick Wayne's been doing to Kip Sapien, and Kip really not getting a lot in during this match, really doesn't do a lot for poor Kip Sapien. We have Scorpio Sky having trouble getting into the nightclub. Cassidy and Quen help Sky get in. No idea what that has to do with anything, but okay. Fletcher and Roosh with Don Callis versus KM and Rhett Titus. Roosh with a nasty running dropkick, and the Don Callis family win and a squash. Backstage, Roosh aggressively asking for more out of Don Callis. Don's like, "Okay, I'll work on that," and then Callis checks in on Fletcher, who needs a pep talk. Don also smacks Kyle's arm way too much. Just settle down. Main event time. Dante and Darius Martin with Top Flight versus the MXM Collection, Mason Madden and Mansoor. So Top Flight are rocking straight up pilot outfits now with the aviators and everything, going for a new look. Not sure how I feel about it. I mean, I don't know. I kind of like it, but I don't. Mansoor trying to choose between Layla's booty or Madden's. Pretty funny moment. Top Flight, fun double airplane spin on Madden. Darius brainbuster. Dante hits a splash. Top Flight flying high with a main event W. MXN with another good quality tag team performance with lots of double team moves. Really like that. Top Flight iffy, like I said, on the wardrobe change, but the wrestling was still lovely. 7.5 out of 10. But a very mediocre Rampage. Copy and paste conglomeration match. You get 2 squash matches. Main event was good, but it's not good enough to spend a whole hour watching the show. And a bit of Toni Storm Saraya storyline, but what is the point with this storyline when Tony is so busy with Mariah May and they're trying to squeeze Saraya in there as well? Just not feeling that. 4.5 out of 10 for Rampage. That's a skip. We get to Collision. Still in Arlington, Texas, we kick it off with Britt Baker versus Harley Cameron. Britt gets the glove on for the lockjaw, but Harley counters. Britt sling blade and a mean-looking curb stomp puts away Cameron. Baker picks up the dub. Pretty solid tune-up for Baker, showing she can win matches without the lockjaw. I can't remember if she was doing that curb stomp before, but that curb stomp was really nasty looking. She really smacked the back of Cameron's head. And Cameron, nice work. She hung in there with one of the best. Monet and Camille arrive on scene. Baker tries to fight off Camille with a kendo stick, but Camille snaps the stick in half, carries Britt into the ring, and delivers a sit-out dominator. Monet enters the ring now that it's nice and safe, and celebrates over Baker. Quality heel work right there from Monet, and yeah, good bodyguard work, I guess, from Camille. We get Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships on the line. It's the Kingdom. Taven and Bennett defending against Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara, the most random team ever. Sammy nails very nice dives on the Kingdom, then poses with Dustin. That's a thumbs up. That's fun. We get Kingdom cool backpack super kick combo thing on Sammy. Guevara desperation super Spanish fly gets the hot tag for Dustin, and Dustin with a destroyer to Taven. Crossroads, Bennett, and Taven. Roddy cheap shot to Rhodes. Kingdom almost steal the win. Everyone comes out to interfere, including the Von Erichs delivering claws. Just absolute fucking chaos. Super cutter and ridiculous swanton bomb by Guevara. Dustin pins and new Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. It's Sammy and Dustin. You go, Dustin. Double champion right now. Thumbs up for that. And a banger of a tag team match to boot. Sammy was freaking awesome. Missed that dude. His high flying so good. Rhodes, great hot tag. Good fired up performance. Could have gone without the, 56 cooks in the kitchen and all that fucking chaos on the outside. Regardless, pretty damn fun match. 8 out of 10. We have Jericho threatens to blind hook in his other eye. Chris also going to have a match against Tommy Billington next week. Good luck. Hologram versus Angelico with Serpentico up next. Hologram hits a wicked torpedo dive to the outside. Awesome flurry of counters and pin attempts. And with Hologram again picking up the impressive victory, remaining undefeated. Another fun match from Hologram, lots of speed and flashy high flying. The final sequence was great. And Angelico, no slouch, really good work. 7 out of 10. Jack Perry versus Danny Orion. Squash match right here. Perry wins with a running knee. Orion at least got the crowd hyped up a little bit before he got absolutely destroyed. Perry spray paints Danny's face white, puts him in a body bag, and, well, the body bag has Darby's name on it, so he paints him up like Darby, puts him in the bag. Perry reveals a new, smoky black TNT Championship title with blood splattered on it. That thing looks fucking awesome. Looks so badass. I love it. We have the Bang Bang Gang and House of Black alternating videos, both claiming they will defeat Christian and the Patriarchy for Trios Gold. I like that rotating videos. That was a cool idea. You get 8 seconds of Bang Bang, then it flips over to House of Black talking. I like that. It was pretty good. And they're both kind of saying the same message, but with, each team's style. You know what I'm saying? We get Christopher Daniels announces a 4th team will be added to this match, and it's going to be a London ladder match for the Trios Gold. Oh, fuck yeah. Double thumbs up. That's awesome. We get Claudio versus Leo Rush up next. Leo takes one of the better swings I have ever seen from Claudio, swinging the shit out of Leo, but sadly it happened during a commercial break, so I don't know if everybody got to see it. Thumbs up, though. Claudio stops Leo's Poison Rana and his regular Rana. Claudio launches Leo over the guardrail onto the floor. Rush showing no quit. He fires off a fast combo, misses the top rope dive. Claudio pop-up European uppercut, ends Leo's night. Awesome mix of power and speed in this matchup. Love the chemistry. I could go. This really reminded me of Big Show versus Rey Mysterio. I mean, the scale is not quite that big, but just the speed and the power combination was so much fun. Leo, no quit attitude and selling was great. Claudio, awesome power, 7.5 out of 10. Really fun. A message from the home of Eddie Kingston. Eddie says he is still healing. His knee is still all braced up, so he's still got a long way to go. But Eddie has noticed Danielson's chase for gold, and Kingston doesn't think it's worth what Bryan's doing to his body. I mean, fair point. Mariah May wins in a blink and you miss it squash match. Tony Storm video plays, which was another good one. May decides to smash the poor woman she just squashed with a shoe. Who does that, man? I didn't even get the name of the poor girl that got squashed, like she got attacked before. It was rough. We get number one contenders, AEW World Tag Team title match. FTR, Cash, and Dax versus the Acclaimed Bowens and Caster with Daddy Ace. Acclaimed cool superplex into a power slam cross body combo. FTR Doomsday Bulldog thing, that was pretty cool. We get Cash doing the Dax-like hot tag this time around, plus a nice gory bomb. I like that. Dax locks in a sharpshooter on Max, but Bowens, famouser, there to make the save. Dax almost slips on the superplex splash combo on Bowens. Thankfully, everyone's okay. Shatter Machine out of nowhere by the Acclaimed. They get a near fall. Acclaimed mic drop and the Arrival. That gets broken up too. FTR nailed the Shatter Machine Caster last second save. Max and Dax fighting. The time limit is reached and it is a draw. The fuck? Big brawl breaks out. Everyone's confused. Who's going to Wembley as the show ends on a cliffhanger? Whoa. This was a ridiculous marathon match that was well over, it wasn't a full hour, but it was like 30, 40 minutes. Both teams, amazing endurance on display throughout this one. Pace was pretty good. I mean, ramping up nicely. With a match this big, there was like a lot of rest holds. There was quite a few commercial breaks, kind of breaking up the momentum, but the big spots and the near falls were great. A bit too long of a match for me personally, but still a banger. It's more of just the performance of the wrestlers wrestling that long, which really just impresses me. The match itself was good, but I give them some extra points for the gas tank. 8 out of 10. Very good collision with lots of good quality wrestling matches throughout. Did a good job as well, touching on a lot of the rivalries, Monet and Britt Baker. That one's doing well. Perry and Darby's rivalry doing pretty good. That new TNT Championship looks really fucking awesome. If you send me one of those, that would be really cool. 7.5 out of 10 for Collision, and let's slide now to the 3 stars of the week. Pretty loaded up situation right here. Let's start off with a couple of shout-outs. Got to shout out Orange Cassidy versus O'Reilly and Roderick Strong on Dynamite. Triple threat match between 3 very, very talented guys with a crazy amount of pace, or crazy pace to this one. Good hard hitting. And of course, that Orange Cassidy comedy. Good enough for a shout out this week. Also want to shout out Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes on SmackDown. That was a banger of a match right there. Andrade getting back to form. He was one of my favorites when he was in NXT. Then he left for AEW. Really didn't work out at all in AEW. Now he's back in WWE, getting back to where he was in NXT, which is great. And Carmelo Hayes continues to just put on lots of good quality wrestling matches. And he's getting over. I don't see him getting anywhere past like mid-card level champion, but I like Carmelo Hayes. Now for the official 3 stars of the week. 3rd star goes to Frazier. Hold up. One more shout out. FTR and the Acclaim for that marathon match. I got to shout that out as well. Now for the official 3 stars of the week. 3rd star goes to Frazier and Axiom versus Chase U for the NXT Tag Team Championships on NXT. Loved this match. Lots of fun. Frazier and Axiom, an excellent tag team run as champions. They were such a fun team to watch. Incredibly fast, lots of high-flying action. And Chase U, the story is getting fun now with Ridge Holland. You know, he was the one that gets them the tag team championships this time around. So there could be some fun Chase U drama going down the line here once we get a little bit further in this championship reign. Very excited to see what Chase U is going to do with the championships, and a great matchup. Good enough for the 3rd star. 2nd star goes to Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker, their 2 out of 3 falls match on Raw this week. I think it was for the championship, Intercontinental Championship. And goddamn, these two have great chemistry. This is their 3rd match I think they've had with each other. And I really, really like the 2 out of 3 falls addition to this match. Added in a nice layer of drama. If they did another singles match, it probably wouldn't have been very strong. They need to start adding those stipulations now. So I think they might go and have a 4th match, which would be, maybe a ladder match, something like that. I would go fucking crazy. But this was a banger. Good enough for the 2nd star. And the 1st star goes to DIY, Gargano and Ciampa versus the Street Profits, Dawkins and Ford on the SmackDown. One of the best pure tag team matches I've seen this year. Like, just a tag team match. No extra fucking hootenanny or whatever the heck. That match was awesome. Such a ridiculous pace. Great near falls and just, goddamn, man. Lots of great tag team maneuvers. I love, Street Profits have been just on fire lately. Gargano and Ciampa just coming up from NXT, and they've just, now that they're a team again, they are just putting on bangers with the tag team division right now. The tag team division, I've said this a few times, is in a great spot right now. Lots of depth in the division, tons of great teams, lots of great matches happening right now, and these two are on the top of their game. Good enough for the 1st star this week, and that's the show, folks. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening to the weekly recap. This week is going to be the big one. We got Wembley is this weekend. It's going to be insane. That's got to be the biggest show for AEW, so it's going to be a big one. I'll do my best to keep up with everything and try to get all the episodes out as fast as possible, but it's a lot of wrestling to watch, so just keep that in mind. I got to watch a lot of wrestling, and I have to review it and record and all that stuff, so it'll be out as soon as I can, but it's going to be a fun week. Lots of all these rivalries have been, we're ready. We're ready for Wembley. We got one more week of shows to go through, and then we'll get there. Hopefully everybody can stay nice and fucking healthy, and that should be dandy. So that'll be good. The GamerCast will be the Metal Gear Solid 5. That'll be the big review for that game this week. Finally got through it. I just beat it the other night. I'm still not done with it. I still more to do, but it's ready to be reviewed. So that'll be the big GamerCast this week. I just did a episode on video game magazines, specifically the GamePro magazine. I was subscribed to that magazine for a year. So I just went through the magazines that I owned, and we're just talking about what the fuck was going on back in 2006. It was a good time. I had a lot of fun doing that episode. I have another one of those I can do. I have another magazine that I was subscribed to that I can do the same style of episode. So if you really liked it, hit me up, let me know, and I can get one of those, the other magazine, done in a sooner fashion. I don't really plan on doing it anytime soon, kind of spread it out. But that was last week's episode, the Hockey Cast. We continue on with the overviews of all the teams in the NHL, going through how they are standing-wise in the NHL, where they should be, where they're going, where they could be going, all that shit, predictions. Oh yeah, baby, you know it. And I don't know, there was some actual news in the NHL last week, so you can check in on that. And yeah, so there you go, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. You the best. You want to be even more of the best, make sure you're hitting that like button and review the podcast. Share it with a friend or two if you think they might enjoy the show. I upload all of these episodes to the YouTube channel, Gamer GX Videos. You can go over there, subscribe, watch the episodes. Great place to drop a comment. You have a question you would like to have answered on the show, drop a comment. Anything about wrestling, video games, hockey, shout out your name, answer your question live on the pod, and that would be awesome. You can send an email as well, or if you just want to have a private conversation, my door is open for everyone and anyone. And what else do we got? There's a Twitter page as well. I put announcements up as best as I can. And there you go, everybody. Thank you one more time for listening, and we'll be back again with some GX Plus Cast.